everything is up for you. I mean, you put your hand and it turns to gold. Well, it's a science field, so you need to have science as your 11th and 12th. It's not just a regular engineer. You need to have the knowledge of chemistry, well, at least the basic part, along with the fields which are related to chemical engineering, which is a part of mechanical, a part of electrical, a part of civil. If you're not curious about everything around you, it is a tad bit difficult to become a chemical engineer, or at least to be successful chemical engineer. 11th, 12th, science, then you get into chemical engineering in your bachelor's. It is good that you get a good institute. It is not so bad if you're not scoring high, still you have a chance. What we deal with is the process, the chemical engineering manufacturing process. All sorts of, I would say, all sorts of processes, either the design part or integration, or I would say intensification, which is optimization. Right from the first minute of my office to the last minute in the office, I am immersed in these three parts, which is design, integration, and optimization of chemical processes according to the requirement of my clients. You need to have all sorts of knowledge apart from, I mean, of course, the chemical engineering, but all sorts of knowledge which would be required to make sure that you are a good chemical engineer. So you need to look into safety aspect, economic aspect, peripheral engineering, which is a tad bit of electrical, mechanical, civil, environmental, all sorts of stuff. Along with that, you also have to make sure that you are good at the new age technology, which is, it's a trend right now to say that I'm working in AI/ML, but it has been here since quite some time now. You also need to make sure that you are very good at handling your team, or at least you are training yourself to make sure that you would be good in all these fields. Being a successful chemical engineer, you just have to be curious about whatever is happening out there. And when I say curious about whatever is happening out there, you should have the intellect to make sure that you can relate any and everything back to what a chemical engineer does, and then you would be successful, because you have the zeal and enthusiasm to make sure that if you don't know something, you will go look for it yourself and then improve. Once you improve, there are less challenges you will face over a period of time, and that's when you become a successful engineer. So it's not just chemical engineer, any and every field in general. The first part is to prove that you have a good technical background. Because you are a chemical engineer, you need to have a good technical background. So you have to submit your technical biography. When I say technical biography, it has different sections catering to different aspects of chemical engineering. And they make sure that you go into the depth of whatever project or whatever case study you are providing them. Once you get cleared with your technical biography, you submit your C&C report, which is competence report. It's a report where they see an overall aspect of you as a chemical engineer. Are you a good chemical engineer? Are you a good team leader? Are you a good leader? Are you able to engulf everything which relates to safety? Are you also able to think ethically and hold yourself in high ethical standards? All sorts of stuff. You provide your C&C report. There are two verifiers who have worked with you over a period of time. They submit your letter of recommendation. Then there are two chartered engineers who would recommend you, to make sure that not just verifiers, even the chartered engineers approve of your application. So there are in total 4 people recommending you to get chartered. Once everything is done, your personal interview takes place, who would be obviously chartered or fellow engineers. And then once everything is completed, they mark you or they grade you in terms of how you have performed all over the test phase. And then there's an election which takes place at the end, where a committee from IKME UK would decide that whether you are eligible to get chartered or not. Where even if we are providing something which is very useful to them, if we are telling them that you are in dire need of a new or improved process, they would be like, we don't need it because we are earning profits. Now, when the profits go down, when the industry is in problem in some way or the other, that's when they start searching for me, or someone like me, not just me. And the other challenge is there are lots of people with not a very good knowledge, or I would say not well versed with what they are doing. They are pretty okay with charging handsome amount and not delivering results. But it's fine. It's part and parcel of what we do. So that's how it goes. These are the top two challenges. There are lots of opportunities in India because we are going from $500 billion industry to $1 trillion industry in next 6 years. And you are literally doubling yourself. Everything is up for you. I mean, you put your hand and it turns to gold. You just have to market yourself properly. That's because you're not marketing yourself in a wrong way. You're marketing yourself just to make sure that people understand that whatever you will provide to them is of good value.